Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. It is Monday evening, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and then it's Wednesday, second last game of the season. On to the second last game of the season, away to Aberdeen. And will it be a walk in the park? Will the Aberdeen game tomorrow evening be a walk in the park? I don't think so. But we're going to talk about the game, talk about the referee, and we'll talk about everything else that's going to happen. The title that's already wrapped up, Celtic are now playing for their starting 11 in the Cup Final. And this is a warm-up to the Cup Final. It is a warm-up to the cup final. The kick-off starts at 8 o'clock kick-off, isn't it? It starts at 7:30pm on Sky. I will be live an hour and a half before the game as normal. It will be streamed. Damn text messages. It will be streamed on Sky Go, it'll be streamed on Sky, it'll be streamed on Celtic TV, and it'll be streamed on Aberdeen's Red TV. The referees. Stephen McLean is the man in the middle. He will be assisted by Jonathan Bell, Alistair Taylor with Dan McFarlane as the fourth official, John Beaton on VAR, and Graham Leslie also on VAR. Who cares? Right, what will the targets be? What will the targets be for Brendan Rodgers and the team tomorrow? No, not tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening. I'm a day ahead of myself, aren't I? What will be the targets? Tell us in the comments. What do you think will be the targets? Obviously, there's going to be a number of goals that Brendan will want to score and the game to get as many goals as possible in the league this season. And even at you, Michelle, even at Square Sausage Mick, even at Paul Baird, even at Stephen Johnson, Dave Morton, Kaiser in the house, Paradise Found. Just jump back up. Donna G is in the house. And I'm still choked up. I better get rid of this before I get home. Dan Cassie says, evening. I think, me, a Celtic supporter. Plus, I know we won the treble as well. But Brendan is going nowhere. You must say it to believe it. Dave Martin says that he's got a funny feeling that Dyson Maeda is off after the final. I think so. I think he will. The fact that he's delayed entering contract negotiations with Celtic until after that, it's got repercussions of a manager that did the same. So, who will start the game? Kasper Schmeichel returned at the weekend. He will not start the game on Wednesday evening. Alistair Johnston's back into the fray. Will he start? Will he get some game time into his legs? Just so Tony Ralston can give him, say, 60 minutes or so. I think Alistair Johnston will maybe get 60 minutes up in Aberdeen. Cameron Carter-Vickers, is he still ruled out for the match? Or the remainder, he's ruled out for the remainder of the season, isn't he? No, Jota's out for the season. Cameron Carter-Vickers, I think he's still ruled out for this match this week. We'll wait and see what Brendan Rodgers says tomorrow. So, Tony Ralston, Austin Trusty, Liam Scales, Greg Taylor, will that be the defence? No, I think that the manager will bring back in Alistair Johnston. Then when it comes to the midfield, Arnie, Engels, McGregor, Hatate, will they mix it up a bit? Who can really come on and start the game before them? I think Brendan Rodgers wants to go out and make sure that we win this game and give a little nod to Aberdeen in the way that they've played us this season. Up front, it'll be the normal Dyson Maeda, Adam Ida, and Nicholas Kuhn. I think that will be the starting lineup. But well, both Japs are going in the summer, says Liam. I think we can nod to Kaiser, and Kaiser did say that before Kyogo was sold. Kaiser did say that he had heard that all three Japanese players had asked to leave Celtic. And if this is the case, so be it, as far as I'm concerned. So be it. And maybe that's why Brendan Rodgers said that's the end of an era, when he meant the Japanese players. How many times, Baz, have we said that we need cover for CCV? Jim, we've said it for the last couple of years, to be honest. Oh man, this hay fever's doing my head in. We've done it for we've said it for the last couple of seasons. Is that a pig beside my name, Michelle Shaw? Yeah, it is. She got a pig next to your name. Anyway, we digress. So, the team predictions. Where's Lanky? Because he usually comes in with a team prediction early and gets it nearly right on most weeks. And then it takes us on to the final game of the season. Now, the final game of the season, there will be some little changes for that day. Obviously, there'll be the video that goes out at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if that will be live or not, due to the fact that we'll probably need to be travelling through to Parkhead at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll probably be leaving then. And I'm not sure about doing a live as if when we're driving along the motorway. Don't know how well that would work in Scotland with the super duper internet that you have back there and a Spanish phone. I don't know if the two of them would mix together. Score predictions. Have you got any early score predictions? Since Brendan Rodgers has said that he set targets for each individual player, Dan Cassie's coming in straight up. He's going for 3-1 Celtic. That's his favourite score. Dave Hislop's going for 1-4 Celtic. I think we'll wait to see what Brendan says tomorrow at the press conference. Yes, Dave Morton, I am going to the Trongate. Michelle, she's saying Alistair, Casper Schmeichel, nah. He won't go play tomorrow. Alistair Johnson, Scales, Trusty, Schloop, Bernardo, Calmack, McCowan, Forrest, Ida and Yang. God, Michelle, you're going to throw the did you get your ticket? Yes, I've got two. I've got 2 tickets, I believe. I've not made contact with the person that's got the 2 tickets. I've been told through someone else, and I always hate that kind of situation. I always hate it until you've got the tickets in your hands. But I'm sure it'll all be sorted out before Friday. And we will. I've been told I've got 2 tickets. The guy's never. He's just. I hope he doesn't let me down. Jesus. If he does, I'll name and shame him. Anyway, so we need to sort out something for after the game. A meeting point or something. Baz, what about doing a live inside Celtic Park? Steve George says if you don't get a good signal in Celtic Park. I can remember doing videos, if you look back at the channel when I used to do sort of vlog type videos in 2019, it was hard to do, even the internet at Celtic's crap. So it's hard to do a live from inside the stadium. Which is Paul Baird. Keep the faith. Of course I'm keeping the faith, Paul. I'll get in any spares. No, there's no spares, unfortunately. I had to pull all types of things to try and get 2 tickets. But I'm glad to be going back. I am glad to be going back. It's been a long time. I was there at the beginning of this. No, I've not been this season, have I? Was it? I can't remember. It's been a long... No, it wasn't. It's impossible to get tickets this morning. The ticket system was a joke, says Michelle. Devastated for people. Did you not try? You would have had to log on early. I'll probably try and do something before the game, Stephen, from outside Celtic Park. There will be a few videos from that day, so we'll try and go up. Paradise Founds go for 5-0. The tack. 5-0 Celtic. Should we look into the way that Aberdeen played against the Sevconians at the weekend? I'm not too sure. We should actually. Oh, the banter years just keep on going on. Sevco have again cancelled an Australian friendly plans for the second time. Rangers were preparing to jet down under for a glamour clash with Olympiacos later this month. They've been forced to shelve plans again for a second time. Oh, Jesus. They're preparing to fly down under for a end of season friendly with Greek sized Olympiacos until they heard that they still had Louis Palmer in the team. Plans drawn up at the start of the year would have seen boss Barry Ferguson lead his team on a 5-day jaunt to Sydney after the Scottish Cup final, but they're not gone because they can't afford it. Oh, Jesus. The banter years just keep on going. That's quite funny. It'll be a draw, Baz. It'll be a draw this week. No chance. No chance. Not a chance. Paradise House going for 5. Now, Steve Johnson says, okay, mate. That's fine. Try for tickets also. Was logged on early. Don't know how they work it. Tickets are gone before you get a chance. It's Derek. Unbelievable. Glasgow's United says, I nearly missed the live watching this morning's video. It's alright, I didn't start till later on. Didn't start till 15:15. I was late getting back from the airport and getting food. I would personally congratulate Rangers FC for winning an award for the best pitch this season. Did they have a best pitch? I don't think so. Sevco have no friends. No, they don't. They found out Ryanair doesn't fly to Sevco, and that's it. God, Jesus. Anyway, Brendan Rodgers wants to overtake Martin O'Neill's goal-scoring exploits this season with the home game. But I wonder what the target is for Wednesday evening. I wonder what it is for Wednesday evening. And ultimately, what team will play? Why is Postecoglou getting so much Celtic media on him? Who cares? But anyway, this afternoon, should I say, the Green Brigade and the boys did confirm that there will be the Trongate party. I'm just going to see what they said. They did confirm this morning that there will be. Of course there was going to be a party, and it's not really up to I wouldn't say it was up to the North Curve and the Celtic Ultras. I think it's just become a natural thing now at the end of the season that Celtic fans go there. I don't think it was ever. Maybe they are taking responsibility. I don't know. Saturday, May the 15th, after St Mirren, Fly the Flag, Trongate title party. The Trongate title party, May the 17th, after Celtic, and that's it. After Celtic versus St Mirren, that's all they put. I think most of the fans would have went there anyway, wouldn't they? Since there's no official party, and we're a country. Sadly, we're a country where when a team like Celtic wins the league, they're not allowed to drive around in an open top bus to get the praise of the fans. The praise of the fans. So they have to do it inside Celtic Park. And then that's it. At the end of the game, we're all told to go home. We're not allowed to enjoy the spoils, the riches of the whole season. The fact that Orange Walk clashes with... No, it doesn't. The Orange Walk's at 10 o'clock in the morning. Stop reading the fucking newspapers. The Orange Walk's at 10 o'clock in the morning. That'll be done and dusted, and they'll be gone. They'll be gone. They'll be gone by 12 o'clock. I'm going to say, you must believe you, Baz, the Mighty Celtic Plus will be having a party. Yep, but I'm invited to join us. I'll need to see, because I've still not organised the lift. My brother's flying home tonight. Davey, if you're watching, Sinan, if you're watching, you're driving. If no, I'll drive. I'm not fussy, I'll drive. But anyway, Shell says, this isn't a wind up, it's the truth, by the way. There's a photo of the trophy and everything. What? What? Oh my God. Dear God. Anyway, it'll be good to nip down past Barrowfield at the weekend when I'm home to get a look and see what's going on at Barrowfield. I believe that there is no pitch laid as yet I believe that the contract works are almost all done. There has been some kind of delay with the building works, as always when it comes to these kind of things. But there is no pitch laid as yet. Will the pitches be ready for the stadium? There's two, for the beginning of the new season, there is two full-size pitches. Paul Bear says, please Scotland have a lot to answer for. Not at all. But as the Huns have the greenest grass. Google it. I'm going to have to. Jesus. Oh, God. Sure, it was the bitch of the year. Instead of bitch. Sure, it was the pitch of the year. Bitch of the year. Oh my God. Oh, I need to get a screenshot of this, man. There's nothing else to go for. Oh my days, man. Wait till you see this. Oh, God. Can they swoop any lower? Oh, I need to put it up on where the team is. Oh, right, you ready for this? Oh, it's too... the fucking thing's... Wait a minute. There we go. Bitch of the year. That's all they've got to win. Bitch of the season. Ta-da! Oh, God almighty. Thanks to Michelle for pointing that out. Oh, the Flymo Cup. The Flymo Cup. Oh my goodness. Jesus. I just seen the Green Grass Trophy. They've won the Green Grass Trophy. Oh God. Oh, when there's nothing else left in life, everything's green. Everything that's green is gold. Everything that's green is gold, lads. Me and my tin of Coke. Everything that's green is gold. Oh my God. No words. I'm going to have to take that down now. Because that is, that's awful, isn't it? Surely that's way less boring than a travel. It has to be, innit? They had to give them something, didn't they? Absolute walloper of a club, Imagine they put that on their website, by the way. I googled it and it come up on their website. Rangers ground staff for today presented with the inaugural SPFL Pitch of the Season Award. Pro Pitch, in partnership with the SPFL, delivered the first pitch support programme. This campaign to support enhanced pitch quality across Scotland as part of the assessments were carried out on pitches across the country, while Ibrox playing surface came out on top. I think I have to take that down. That's just too much. Let's go back to like being proper champions. 55 champions. We've done the double, and no words whatsoever. I guess the blue room isn't empty anymore. No, they've got a championship for being green. They've been given a trophy for being the greenest thing in Scotland. We've claimed simply the best. They're claiming to have the greenest green in Scotland. Ah, Jesus. Anyway, Diecasty says, well, that was class, Michelle. Thanks for picking that up, Danny from the Shamrock. That's just thrown me. That has thrown me. I'm just trying to see. Do you know what? I was looking back the last couple of seasons, and there's never been an end to a season when there's so little speculation about players. So little. Celtic and Rangers legend Scott Brown game says. God. Keith Jackson throwing stuff in the dark again, is he? He's talking about Kyogo. He's talking about Hatate leaving Celtic. Keith Jackson. I've been talking about it for a full season. And that's the reality of it. So Keith Jackson has said, brace yourself for some bad news, Celtic fans. If you've watched this channel, I've been telling you all season that Rio Hatate is potentially going to move this summer. And if he doesn't move, it'll be a bonus, but I fully expect Rio Hatate to move. And it says, let's put 55 on outside your stadium. No, we'll do 56. We'll do 56, I said. Penalty Sevco. That's what happens with so much shit in it. Michelle, that's a comment and a half. Yeah, that's true. The manure in Ibrox has got it greener than ever. It does have it greener than ever. Has to be Huns, a Hun organisation that give them. They've given it in a wee blue box, never, haven't they? I need to show you that again. That's just. Somebody needs to Photoshop that and put bitch. In fact, I know the exact guy that'll be put that. Where is? Where is it? Let me just upload this to there. Not that one. Where is it? No, it's not that. I have to do it later. Do it later rather than doing it right now. So, there's not much news going around about tonight. What players would you start this weekend? We did talk about that earlier. Brendan Rodgers says he play tomorrow if all's well. If who's well? Yeah, nah, he did say that ditch. I need to take that down. It's just it's putting me off. It is putting me off. Now, Brendan Rodgers did say that Kasper Schmeichel may play. They're going to look at his shoulder, but I think that they'll rest him just to make sure that he's 100% for the final, because there's nothing worse than Kasper Schmeichel playing this game on Wednesday when there's no need for him to be risked, to be honest. Physically, the guy... Oh, you're talking about Alistair Johnson. Yeah, Alistair Johnson will play the game on Wednesday because you want to make sure Alistair Johnson... He'll play about 60 minutes, Alistair Johnson. It looks like the Ibrox coffin with the blue ribbon. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Alistair Johnson will play, but would you really risk Kasper Schmeichel? I wouldn't. I would get Sinisalo back on, and then the two of them for the last game of the season. For the last game of the season, I would give both keepers a half each, just as a little nod to Sinisalo for what he's done over the last couple of weeks, and I'd let, obviously, clean sheet Kasper come in for the final half at Celtic Park, just to let him be there for the moment that we win the title officially, even though we've won it, but it's officially the day that we lift the trophy. Let's see what else is going on in the land of Celtic. Do you think the Glasgow City Council really allowed the go-ahead of the orange walk. I mean, has there ever been an orange walk on that day? Was there not one last year? Is this not just the media just playing at stuff? Was there not an orange walk the day before or on the morning? I can't remember. I don't care about it. It's not going to interfere because, let's face it, the orange walk starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll be done and dusted by 12 at the latest. It's not a bloody fiesta like they have here in Spain, where it takes around about 4 hours just for the procession to go past. So I'm not worried about it at all. You might get some of the zombies running about trying to think they're big I ams, but let's face it, there's going to be about 25,000 Celtic fans running about the Trongate. So good luck to them. The Celtic officials confirmed we've done that. Here's a good one. Right, in the comments section, if it wasn't Dyson Maida, who would be your player of the season this year? Who would be your player of the season? Would it be Callum McGregor with everything that he achieved and all the goals that he scored? He's had a fantastic season, Callum, hasn't he? Get a meeting point, Baz. Sort of. Did you tell me, Dave? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be there with my brother. I have no idea where I'm going to go. I'll be in the front of the stadium well before kick-off. Who gives a fuck about their walk? Bunch of sad coots. Calmac, yeah. Adam Ida for man of the season? I would say McGregor personally. I think for what McGregor's done and the way that he's changed. Burns on Super Scoreboard said that Tavernier is better than Callum. Jesus God. Baz is packing his knuckle dusters for the weekend. Not a chance. Yes, Kaiser, I'll meet you there. Are you going to the game, Kaiser, or are you going to be kicking about the stadium after it? I'll be coming out at the corner where the away fans are and then just walking around the front of the stadium. So that gives you an idea. I am in the corner where the away fans are. Unless I go wandering. What about Bain? Scott Bain. Coon is highlighted there for the list of goals and assists. Yeah, but when you look at player of the season, generally somebody that does it over the course of the season. Nico Coon, whilst he had a fantastic start to the year, he dropped off big still. I mean, he dropped as quick as a gas cooker's panties in a Jello club. Because I think that Kuhn, as well as he did, and as well as he's done, for quarter of the season after Jota came, he did nothing. Rio does it for me, a lot but not noticed. Rio for man of the season? Do you think that Rio's had a more... Here's a one for you. Has Rio had a more consistent season than Callum McGregor? Because I don't think it has. I think Callum's been way more consistent than Rio Hatate. Rio Hatate turns up for half a game. Sometimes he doesn't turn up at all. Sometimes he waits till the big games and then turns up, and then in the very next game he's amazing and the next game he's rubbish. Where Callum McGregor has been man-marked a lot of this season. So I think that Callum McGregor, for me anyway, Casper, if he had kept the clean sheet Casper thing going, I would say that it would be up there. They poll tonight. Yeah, we'll do one. There we go. Get your votes in. Who's had the better season, Kalmak or Rio Hatate? Podcasting says that Celtic should extend Rio's contract. Not he'll be gone this summer. Oh man. Kaiser steal his hat. I'll have a spare one. I'll have a disguise on. Put a wig on so you don't recognise me. That'd be funny as fuck. Oh, Jesus. It's not even a debate. There we go. So, quite a lot of votes in already. There's only a lot of people at this time of night just come in and drop off again. Even though there's been 500 people online already. Excuse me. You alright there? Right, that's fine. Fine. Okay? Yeah, so Rio Hatate. Kalmax went through a bad patch, injured for a few games. Yes, Stuart is away home. Now, if you're on my Instagram, you wouldn't have seen that. It's not even a debate. Just voted Kalmak by, says Stuart Ramsey. I think it's Kalmak. I think the consistency that Kalmak has given us over the season, the experience and everything that he's done. Well, it's no fucking Colombian, that's for sure, Willie, man. That's hay fever season here, big time. McGregor looked a bit, if you ask me, I expect. Zoomed in on the car, Princess Diana is in the back. With the Merc. What are the night bars there? Yes, Stuart. No, I had a pizza and a kebab. Or something bad powder, not a chance. No, I got a pizza and a kebab on the way home. Living life like a single dude. If you're watching, see you tomorrow, hen. Anyway, 55 votes. There's 127 people online. There's been over 500. There's only been 56 votes. Do you think that Callum McGregor has had a better season than Rio Hatate? We'll be lucky to get it to 100 votes at this point. It's one of those nights, isn't it, where folk are like, this fucking new news, man. I'm not sitting watching this. I've got better things to do. Neither for me. Thank Christ he doesn't get dope tested. The wee man is supersonic. Yeah, but we're saying, even though that I saw that. That was the political question of the day that I seen on Twitter. Was it a bag of coke or was it a tissue? Baz has been on the train with Stammer and Macron. Have I watered the plants, man? I don't need to. It's pollen from Morocco. No, it's definitely not that. Dave Morton, I'll put you in touch with Kaiser through Facebook. It's a heat wave in Scotland. We're at our back doors with taps off and drinking. On the powder train. Yeah, I was on the powder train. Choo choo, coming like a train. I was about to say, Michelle, where you'd be sitting with your taps off and drinking. That'd have been something else that the neighbours would have seen. My wife was pissed off for 11 days to Ibiza with her pals, nice and quiet. And Ibiza seems to be getting a little bit of a renaissance with the older generation. I see there's a mad Facebook, this is totally off topic, like, there's a mad Facebook group saying over 40s, was it over 50s Ibiza, and it's got thousands and thousands of folk that go back to Ibiza. I've not been there for 30 years. William's got the bong out. Jim McClark says, Baz, don't use toilet paper to blow your nose, mate. There's particles in it. That's from my doc. Also, Also, washing also picks up when outside. Well, it's that fucking windy. Maida's class, says Dan, but he's going nowhere. Whoa, Dan, you're going to be. I think that the possibility, if there was a pendulum for the likelihood of Rio Hatate and Dyson Maida leaving Celtic this summer, I would say that the pendulum had went like this way. This is leave, this is stay, and I think it's sitting. It's just like I think it's like that. What are you thinking about Darren O'Day getting headhunted, Baz? I think it's good for him. I think it's good. I wish, Dave. I wish. Those days are long gone, mate. Long gone. And no, I think it's good for Darren O'Day. I think that he's a young coach. You've got to remember, he only got this position at Celtic because Celtic wanted to keep him. There was too many coaches in the B team. You had McManus and who's the other guy that's there? And then Darren O'Day. So they took Darren O'Day out and made him this pathway manager. And Brendan Rodgers says, look, the pathway manager, you're only going to get that at clubs like Celtic. You're going to get it at Celtic and clubs that try and bring through youth. And he's still got the itch to be a coach. And I think that if he can go and be a coach with the potential of becoming manager of that club in a few years' time, then so be it. God help us. With Brendan Rodgers saying that, God friggin' help us if John Kennedy was to ever get the manager's job on a full-time basis. I was in Ibiza back in 2014 and it was banging. I was there in 1995. Paradise Found says, use your sleeve. December the 6th will be 3 of Colombia's finest. What? I was banging in Ibiza back in 2014. God, you were all late going to Ibiza, weren't you? It was all dead commercialised then. I was there when it was just, when San Antonio was like this size. There was none of the hotels round the bay. And the harbour was tiny. Anyway, right, if we get to 70 votes, I'm going to shut the poll down because it's like nobody's watching the channel tonight. It's like it's a pittering out to the end of the season, which is weird. Last season it was all go, but I had stuff to play for right up to the end of the season. One more vote. I need one more vote, and then we're going to close the poll down. It's way out in front. 3 years after Baz, says Dave Martin. Good for you. I know the 90s. And I know that nobody's going to vote. Just end it. Paul Baird, Brendan doesn't bring on youth despite what he says. Nah, he doesn't, does he? I don't think that he... I think the problem with the youth system, Paul, is that we've had... Even though we've had players that have went out on loan, you know, should they be given the chance next season? Because Brendan says you've got to have your football education. Yes, Stephen, it used to be a fishing village way before. Tiny little fishing village. Even the hotels that were on, I mean, it was you had to walk over wasteland. Well, it wasn't a wasteland, but it was countryside to get to Café Del Mar. There was nothing there. You had to walk over the fucking dirt track pathway to get to Café Del Mar. To watch the sunset. And that was like a shack back then. It was like a shack. It was tiny. But anyway, so Brendan doesn't bring on youth despite what he says. I think the problem being is we've not had players that have came through the B team, went away on loan, played at a decent enough level. I mean, putting these guys out to Admiral Wacker for 2 seasons, to me, they're not going to make it. They're obviously not going to make it at Celtic. Why is John Kennedy getting slagged off? Somebody tell me. Keith, it was a comment that Brendan Rodgers said about Darren O'Day going away to Swansea to be a coach and with the potential of managing Swansea one day. And I said, God help us if John Kennedy gets the job full time. That's all. and I think that it would be a bad decision if John Kennedy was to get the manager's job on a full-time basis. Just my own opinion. That was it. Don't know what everyone else is saying. See, Vata was at the game, missing us. I didn't even know why he was there. He would have been there with his mates. He'd still be mates with a lot of the boys for the youth team. They would have got him a ticket. They'd be like, "Oh, you're back in town. Well, let's go to the game. Let's go to the game." So, I mean, there's no hard feeling. He didn't want to be at Celtic. So be it. So beat it. So beat it. We should loan our players to Barca. Yeah. Yeah, that'll give us something to talk about during the summer. Jamesy boy. What's Ian saying? Ian. In Jersey. Michelle says, do you think Jota will be injured until potentially the end of the year? Yes. Will Lewis Palmer or Yang be first choice? No. Celtic will go out and spend money on another winger. That's if Brendan Rodgers wants us to you cannot be going into a Champions League qualifier. Let's be serious. You can't be going into a Champions League qualifier with Louis Palmer and Yang as your number ones. Celtic will go out and buy someone else. They'll go out and buy someone else. Is there a great Spanish club Celtic could utilise? Sure. Loads, Kaiser. I think that I don't know what it is about Brendan Rodgers, but he must know the Spanish market, and he must know the potential that's in there with some of the youth, even players down the league. Remember the winger that we went to go for before Jota, and he got a shoulder injury. Which ruled him out the transfer at that window, and then we went and got Jota. Villarreal? Nah. Kaiser just said Barca. Anyway, right, I've been on for 42 minutes. Jesus. Right, I'm done and dusted. Yeah, Real Vallecano. They're in a lot of financial trouble, actually, Kaiser. We'll have plenty to talk about in the summer, in my opinion. There'll be a lot of changes in the squad. Yeah, there will be. There'll be loads to talk about this summer. We should go shop in France. Nah. I don't. France. I don't think that young French footballers get a chance because they've got such a tie with African teams, with African nations, because they raped and pillaged the majority of Africa back in the day. They get a lot of players for Algeria and everything, so I don't think that French-born players get much of a chance in France. I think that French. No, I don't know. Anyway, right, I'm wrapping up this video for tonight. Managed to talk shite for 45 minutes. Balushka, I don't know if we'll go for him. Anyway, I will be back live tomorrow morning. I will be back live tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, because there's nothing else to do, to be fair. So, you know what I mean? It's me and the Doug. And it's like either sit and talk to you lot for an hour in the morning, or just me and the Doug just go for a walk and stuff. So anyway, I will see you from 9 o'clock Celtic Park time tomorrow. The deal was always signed. There was a pitch invasion. The ref got a wallop. Celtic went cold, and the deal might be worth a visit. Maybe. Anyway, what I say? Been watching Ryan 1888 podcast. He's got the Champions League potential chances of Celtic being seeded. I'm not a traitor. That's all right. He's been doing this type of thing way before me, you know. So and he's got around about 40,000 subscribers. So fair play to Ryan. And there's no point in talking about who we could potentially get. You could talk about potentials all you want, but until there's no point in talking about it until then. There's going to be a lot more, in my opinion anyway. In my opinion, I think that there's a lot more immediate things, because a lot could happen before that Champions League qualifier. We could lose Rio Hatate. We could lose Dyson Maeda. Someone could come in for Cameron Carter-Vickers, We could be bringing in 7 or 8 players, and let's just hope that we get them all in before the Champions League qualifier. So, Ryan doesn't say the word Hun, but he's a journalist as well, isn't he? He's journalist trained. Ryan, he's not that wee. But he's of course he's not going to upset the other mob. He done a podcast with Huns, come on. He done a joint podcast with Huns a few years back, remember? We never forget. It will never be mastered by no fucking orange bastard. And that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening, Celtic fans.